Greetings and welcome to Stunthanger Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthanger Video Hangouts. If you are watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthanger Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Now, here at Stunthanger Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthanger Forum, you can find a link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. Now, if you're not a member or you're not logged into Stunthanger Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. If you are not a member, please register at stunthanger.com/SMF. That's stunthanger.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. You must place a space between your real first and last name when you register. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthanger will not approve you. If you're inclined to not come in, just enjoy watching this on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. Please enter your questions or comments in the chat box, and I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. Understand, sometimes I can't get a word in myself, so be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can make comments or questions during a live stream, not the replay. So like I said, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening, starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you find the Stunthanger Video Hangouts that I host or the many building and flying and contest coverage videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please give us a thumbs up. That's a like. And then subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that whenever myself or Sparky is doing a show, you'll be notified. Share these videos, and comments also help the Stunthanger YouTube channel grow. Please consider joining Stunthanger's YouTube channel membership. Right below the screen there, that blue button, click on that, and memberships start at just $4.99 a month, which is less than 17 cents a day. I mean, let that sink in. 17 cents a day. Okay. Now I do this. I have the $4.99 come out of my checking account every month, and I don't miss it, and you won't miss it either. Okay. So please consider joining our YouTube channel. Okay, now when you join, you'll get special badges that Sparky and I can see in the YouTube chat box. You also get unlimited replay of member-only videos. And once a month, Sparky has a question and answer show just for members only. Now, your support helps offset just some of the many expenses that Sparky has with the Stunthanger Forum and this channel. And it's greatly appreciated. Okay, so we really want to encourage you to do that because we need your help. We need you to support this hobby. You know, I'm only in here just twice a week. So this is Sparky's YouTube channel. If you want to get in touch with me, go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt, and place your comment on or question on the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his Junar XL, which is a beautiful plane. It's absolutely extraordinarily light, as big as it is, and it's a great flying airplane. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. And without any further ado, I'm going to post a link now at the Stunthanger Forum. And that's how you get into the show. Like I said earlier, you go to Stunthanger Forum. If you are a registered member, you'll see the at the bench. If you're not a member or not logged in, you won't see the at the bench. That's the way you get into the show. I just posted the link. And I'm going to go to Sparky's YouTube channel, the part of the channel which I call the control panel. And let me see what's going on with the show. Oh, by the way, happy Valentine's out there. I hope that we have a good show in spite of this romantic holiday. And let's see, I went flying, by the way. My Valentine allowed me to go flying. So she knows my love language. So, let me see here. I'm coming in here to the control panel. Just bear with me. Oh, here we go. We're being there momentarily. This looks like it is live. It is streaming. And let's see here. So we have 8 concurrent viewers right now and 4 likes. And if you have not hit the like button, please do so. That helps the analytics of the show. So that's why I keep encouraging you to smash that like button. What's going on? This is the first for me. All right, well, Sparky, he said, post the link, Charles. I thought I posted it. Hello, all. He says that this is Jack Snavely. It says, hello, all. Greetings. Ready to go to work, and we'll watch later. Okay, Jack. Well, thank you for at least coming into the chat box, letting us know what's happening. So we have 10 concurrent viewers, 5 likes. And let me see what's going on here. I hear someone else besides myself. Hey, Gary, how you doing, Gary?
Good. Good.
Oh, we actually have more than, there's 4 of us in here right now. Hey, Mike, long time no see. What that noise is? Oh, that's you, Sparky. I muted you, Sparky, so when you get rid of that noise, go ahead and unmute your mic. Anyways, Mike, what you been up to? Mike Millard, you're muted. Yeah, I can't hear you. Right now we have 6 concurrent viewers, 5 likes.
How about now? Is it making noise?
No, it's quiet now. Thank you, Sparky.
Different mic.
And Mike Millard, you're still muted, Mike. Sometimes you got to mute it and unmute it, even though it's not, even though it's unmuted on your end, you got to kind of cycle it. And Gary, what you been up to, Gary?
Working on planes, right?
All right. Yes, yeah. Very, very nice too. And we got a new person here in the chat box, Winter Sportster. He says, you got
Hello.
diesel engine in there. I don't know if I have to ask Sparky. Do you have a diesel engine? Do you have a diesel engine in there, Sparky?
No, I don't do diesel.
Yeah, no. The answer is no. Winter Sportster is no diesel in there. Ooh, what happened to your eyes, Sparky?
Oh,
I had it operated on today. Not good.
So you had an ophthalmologist operating on you?
Urgent care, emergency room.
Whoa.
what
They dug a piece of metal out of my eye with a needle.
Ew.
My left eye is completely blurred. I can't see. I mean, I can't read out of it.
Oh, well, you know, the eye is one of the fastest healing parts in your body. So
Yeah, hopefully it'll heal over and I can see out of it again.
Yeah, the eye is amazing. Absolutely, it's marvelous. But I'm glad that you got attended. So was it a piece of metal from working on planes or what, or from work?
Yeah, from work.
Boy, at work is a kind of a hazardous place, huh?
It's my third accident in 5 years.
Well, not only that, but remember the exposure you got there too,
Exposure of what?
the COVID.
Oh, that ain't nothing. That's no big deal.
I know, but I'm just saying your work is kind of hazardous. You've gotten 3 accidents there and that. So that's why I was saying it's kind of but I'm glad you're doing better.
Yeah, I had 2 pieces in my eye and 1 piece of hot metal down my ear.
Whoa.
Gee,
Oh my goodness. Wow.
you welding or what?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's no fun.
Hey, John Miller, thanks for coming in.
Good to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good to be seen rather than viewed, huh?
Absolutely. Came too close to that.
Yeah. So you've been busy working on some plans or you've been working on your SV11? What you been doing, John?
Been working mostly on plans and on the computer. You know, I got to get my butt in the workshop and get back on that SV11. And I picked up a Tom Dixon Ringmaster kit. I thought a build that'd be quick and easy. With it's got a foam wing, a sheeted foam wing. So yeah. So I got about 4 planes in the queue.
Now, is this going to be IC or electric?
I'm not sure. Most likely it'll be IC for old time.
Okay, you're going to go to VSC?
No,
Okay.
No. Not at this point. I don't have a plane ready to go. You know, I could go and volunteer to help, but I can't afford to spend that money and not compete when there's others I can go to that I can compete at later.
Well, I understand. I totally understand that.
I love VSC, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it's I've only been to only one VSC. That was a couple of years ago, 2019, I think it was. No, maybe it's 2020. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Oh yeah.
Because some of the people I've met at Brodax and at the Nats were there at VSC.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's kind of neat. And that one guy, that one hobby shop that was in the van, that I met him there, and we talked about a little about it last Friday, and that was absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
A mobile hobby shop. I mean,
He goes to Joe Knoll.
oh, you did?
Yeah, that's where I saw him.
I think he travels all over the nation. That's what he does. He's a traveling hobby shop.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Amazing.
cool.
Mike Millard, I hear you now. You got your mic uncleared.
Yep, I forgot this thing figured out on the new phone. The computer camera is toast. And I bought a separate camera and I cannot figure out, since I'm not on Windows or Mac, I'm on Linux. I could not get the new camera to work with the computer, so I've got a phone.
Okay.
I've used Linux and didn't have a problem at all with it. I'm on Firefox right now, but which version of Linux are you running?
I'm running Manjaro.
Oh, I don't know anything about that particular version. You know, whether there's any major differences. I was running an old version of Linux.
Yeah, I had some older. I think I'm going to go back to an Ubuntu base. This thing is hard base, and it's a pain.
Just too advanced for us old codgers.
Yeah.
Mike Miller, you done anything with airplanes lately?
Not lately. I've had so much interesting stuff in my life, including including starting off the year on New Year's Eve, rolling my vehicle.
Oh man, well, I'm glad you're still
And
around.
God was looking out for me. I'll put it
Yeah,
that way.
I'm glad you're
I
still
should
around.
not be. Yeah, I'm glad to be still around. I'm not going to make VSC. I haven't built anything, and I've got to go to Albuquerque right near that time. But I don't know that we're going to take the drive afterwards from the 9th to the 10th. We're going to kind of celebrate my wife's birthday on the 11th and go to a bed and breakfast in Espanola. But I don't think we can afford to go down there, and I don't have a plane anyway. So I'll miss you again this time. One of these
Yeah,
years I'll
well,
get to go.
I'm not really committed to go to BSC either. I don't have a plane, and I've been flying a Pampa plane anyway, so
Yeah.
I haven't even been flying a vintage plane. So I mean, I have about 3 vintage planes, but I would need to put a fuel tank and an engine in them and fly them.
Okay.
And they're so much lighter than my Strega. That would be a challenge to finesse something as light as the ones I have. They're really light.
No, it's the other way around, Charles. It's harder to finesse a heavy Striga.
Well, I don't know. You know what? For me, it's hard to let off with my strength to finesse a light plane.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, that's to me, it's more difficult for me. I will.
Do you
I'm used
fly
to
with
flying.
you fly with
Did
your
you?
fingers?
No, I fly with my wrist like that.
You try flying with your fingers.
Yeah, I only do that when I'm flying the inverted part of the pattern. That's the only time I use my fingers. I just squeeze them. You know, when you're going upwind or downwind, I manipulate the plane with a light touch.
Well,
like
it's
that.
hard for you to practice that with that. What is it, 80 ounce?
Yeah, it's
Striga?
80 ounces.
Yeah.
Whatever happened with your SV?
You know, I actually kind of sabotaged it myself. Unfortunately, I have to redo it. There's a center section that is removable when you build the plane. You put that on. You drop the wing in, then you drop this thing over that, right? Well,
Yeah.
I didn't want to glue it in, so I fastened it on, but I fastened it to what I call bridges. These are 1/8-inch aircraft ply bridges that span the chord of the wing, and then the part that's removable was attached to that with 4 screws. Well, despite the bridges being epoxied in, the plane is flexing, which means it doesn't want to turn on insides, but on outsides it just flips on its tail. So I've been trying to fix that, and right now it's on the shelf in the garage, and I'm gonna probably make the canopy removable and actually glue epoxy that part, which was supposed to be epoxied in the first place. Yeah, but I want access to the push rods. That's why I want a removable component. So I'm going to remove the canopy and make it removable, and I don't want it to be ugly looking. So I got to figure out how to. I haven't seen too many removable canopies in my experience. I just haven't seen very many removable canopies.
You could do what Bart Kopinski did on his signature airplane. He made it so that the canopy would slide back, like full scale.
Oh, okay.
Slide back. He made little rails for it, and that you could lock it open or lock it closed.
Wow, I like that. You know, you would not, you would believe it, but I actually spoke to. I called Bart Kopinski this morning.
Oh, wow.
I caught him at a bad time, and he was going to get back to me, or I was going to get back to him, and neither one of us did that. But yeah.
Well, when you talk to him, ask him about it. Maybe he has some pictures he can share.
Yeah. Do you remember which plane it was?
It was his Tempest.
Oh, really?
Wow.
You know what? He showed me his Tempest, and he actually gave me a set of plans. I think he signed them. So it's some.
I don't know if he shows that canopy set up on his plans, but I know he has pictures of the way it worked. It was slick. It was real neat looking.
Oh, cool. Well, I will. I need to get back with him. I want to ask him to come in the show, he hasn't been in a long time, and I just think he just got into he never really got into a ritual of coming in on a frequent basis anyways, and it just kind of fell to the wayside. I know he was interested and he enjoyed fellowshipping with you. And I think he came in a couple times. Maybe Bob Hunt was here one time. And so they got a chance to talk. So, and then this weekend, actually, I called Joe Adamusco as well and talked to him. He's not really too tech savvy. As far as inviting people into the show, the one thing which, because we are such an elderly group of guys or gals.
What? We're old, you say?
What?
Elderly. I didn't say old. I said elderly.
Well, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Well,
I match a Beatles song this September.
Elderly.
And I'm 64.
Elderly
I said we.
Elderly has a connotation of being old and having money or class. And
One of which I am.
I'm just old.
Well, you have class too. I've met you several times, so I can. Especially the very first time, I thought you was a very classy person. So you and your wife Joy, very classy, elegant couple. Anyways, in the chat, this guy here, I haven't seen him in a while. SD70ACE fan NS, and he says, "Hello, everyone," and hello back to you. Thanks for coming in. And I don't know if you're a member of Stunthanger Forum or not. And it also goes to you, Winter Sportster. If you guys are, you can find the link inside Stunthanger Forum. The place to go is called At the Bench, and you'll find a link with today's date. And come on in. And then Jack Snavely, he came back and he said, been trying diesel jobs in the air. Okay.
How's that working, Jack?
I don't know what he meant by that. I don't know what he meant by that. You have to explain that to me, Jack. Anyways, so that's it. We all caught up in the chat box. But anyways, so I've been trying to make it a ritual of calling, reaching out to people. But I had a really nice conversation with Joe Adamusco. I met him at the 2016 Brodax. You was there, John.
Yeah.
And I met Joe and saw his plane. He campaigned that, I think it was the Cheetah. That was actually his first electric plane. I was surprised in talking to him. We talked for almost an hour Saturday or Sunday. Very nice gentleman. He invited me to call him back whenever I had any questions about flying and building, because he really doesn't have anybody else to talk to in his where he lives. Yeah, I think he's kind of about 100 miles or so to the nearest person that flies. So he flies with the Stooge by himself. And he said he's kind of downsized to the smaller planes, not so much the 60 size planes. He really likes the smaller, but he has about he's about 10 electric airplanes, he said.
Wow.
Yeah. And yeah, I got saying when I said that word, some people don't have the getting in here is kind of a challenge for some people. It's easy. I think it's easy once you know how to do it. But I guess if you're listening in the audience, we have 16 concurrent viewers. If you find that might be a challenge, I will help you. I've met and helped other people online in a Zoom meeting one-on-one, and I've helped them get in here. So don't let that stop you, because we need you, because a lot of
You're saying it's getting stale around here, right?
No, it's just that we have probably talked about everything, I think. But even if a new person came in and asked the same question, it just brings a lift to the show. And I don't mean to discourage anyone from coming in. I still need everyone. I just want to really want to encourage some new people to come in.
Well, what's neat is every time we talk about a subject, even if we've talked about it several times, there's always something new comes out of it. So that's kind of, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's true. There is that too. But I think that I look forward to having some new friends come in. people I don't know, people I've maybe always wanted to talk to, maybe people you've always wanted to talk to, and get a chance to talk to them about how they did that, or you remember that plane you built back in the day, or even like with Brendan, who's he's actually building that twister, and this is kind of like a new thing, you know, framing up a wing, and he's getting
That's
all
fun
our
with him.
helpful input.
That's been fun with him.
Yeah, yeah. And even Marcel's progress. And oh, pardon me. Hey, Eddie, I don't mean to ignore you, Eddie. Thanks for coming in, Eddie. And how you doing?
Hey, I was just waiting my turn. Good.
Good, good, good.
You know that yeah. Actually I'm doing pretty darn good right now. You know, I got that Cricut machine and I was telling you I was wanting to cut out my ribs with it and I was having trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that.
Make him big.
Wow. The Cricut did that?
Yeah.
You know, we sell that at Staples. I did we have 2 models of Cricut. I didn't know it could cut ribs.
Yeah,
Well,
50
it'll
to
cut-
30 seconds of an inch.
It'll cut up, yeah, 3/32. It'll cut
Oh, wow.
1/16 and 3/32 balsa, and I forgot it'll cut basswood, real thin basswood. But yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, it took 3 minutes to cut that.
Well,
Wow, that
It
is
would-
really
it would
impressive.
it would take me 30 to cut that out with a knife.
yeah, but you wouldn't get it that nice.
precise, that precise.
I
Yeah,
had no idea that could do. I thought it could only cut vinyl. I didn't know it could cut balsa wood.
Oh, it'll cut, it'll draw, it cuts, I don't know, there's hundreds of different media that it'll cut. It'll cut vinyl, cloth,
leather.
cardboard, leather. Yeah.
What is this thing?
Won't do thick. It's called a Cricut machine. It's a Cricut Maker is what I've got. It's a basically a desktop plotter. You have here. You get
Wow.
different. Let me see.
It's used primarily it's used for sewing patterns and
Here's the.
there you go.
I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yeah, we can.
Kinda.
There's the knife blade, and that's what I use to cut the balsa wood. You have this is a roller blade
Oh, wow.
for
Is that
cutting
like
cloth.
the Surcut thing?
Yeah,
CI
it's just okay. You know when you get the circular saws for cutting on the mats. That's
Yeah.
what this is, but the machine does it for you. And then there's another smaller blade that'll cut, you know,
Well, that's interesting.
vinyl. You can use it for
They're 250
put-
bucks.
you could put your monocoat on it on the backing plate or the sticky mat and cut your designs out with that and iron them on. But yeah, I paid $200 for mine.
Yeah,
But,
you-
You get it so cheap.
But
They're not-
did you
they're
see
not
did you see the rib, Phil?
I can't see anything right now. Go ahead. I'm trying to figure out
Oh.
what I've touched something and I've lost everything, but the sound. But
But
I have one and mine was a good bit more than that.
yeah, mine's the Cricut Maker, and I got it off of eBay, brand new for it's just a basic package. You know, I just got it came with the rotary blade and a small knife blade and an ink pen.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's what they come with.
Yeah,
Is yours the maker?
you can buy packages
Yeah, his
where
is the maker. Yes, Phil.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
you
what
can get
I've got.
packages where it'll come with you know, you can get 14 rolls of vinyl or all these, packages up to $500-600 worth of crap that I don't need. But yeah, I was impressed with that.
I'm very impressed with that. I had no idea it could cut
I mean,
balsa wood.
The edges on that thing are so sharp, nice and 90 degree, and
You cut that with your maker?
yeah, took 3 minutes. Well,
I have
4
not,
minutes.
I have not tried that, but I have the letters on my airplanes. I cut my templates with those, and then just if you'll just put 4 marks on it. I don't know how to describe this, but anyway, I put 4 marks on it so it's indexed, and then you can put it on there and spray it, and then do again, and you got the same 4 index marks, and you just offset just a little bit, and you paint the black. Where do you see my Pinto? It's got Pinto and gold, and it's got the black on it, and all it was I put 4 index marks down and put the clear Frisket paper on that to cut out the letters and put it on there. And then when I sprayed that and pulled that off and put the second set back down on there, and it just sprayed the black, and it looks like it was a lot of work, but it wasn't.
Well, that's what Sparky does the same thing. Sparky did the same thing with his.
Oh yeah,
he does the index. He's got a higher dollar plotter.
Well, you know Sparky, he's going to have a higher dollar stuff.
What's the bed size on that? Oh, your mat that is it 24 inches long, or?
You got one that's 12 by 24, and you got one that's 12 by 36.
Well, mine will do 12 by 12 and 12 by 24.
You can get a bigger one. You can get a bigger one. It takes a little bit of fumbling on the keyboard. I mean, you do everything on a computer anyway, and then you send it to the printer, send it to the cutter.
Well, see, the maker will also do banners.
Yeah.
So it'll do up to 12 feet. 12-foot banner.
Yeah, so, but I don't want to sit and fight a 12-foot roll. But you're right.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not either. I don't have room for 12-foot banner. I do good to have that 24-inch mat going through.
I'm really impressed. I might see if I can get one of those.
For the money, it's well worth it. I mean, I've saved. I went to the print shop where I had always gone to have my letters cut, and I was going to get some more letters cut for the ringmaster, and he wanted, as new people have it now, he wanted $30, and that was just for one set. I've got numbers on the top and bottom. I'd had to have 2 sets, and he wanted $30 to do one set. And I just said, forget this. If I'm gonna go $60 for one airplane, and I've got 4 more airplanes sitting there coming, let's just go buy the maker. So I did. It was like $230, but it comes with some vinyl and the 3 cutters that Eddie showed you. And I'm impressed. I did not know it would do the wood that nicely. I had not tried wood in mine yet, but it's a very neat machine. And the cutters and parts. Walmart carries the cutters. A lot of the crafts, Hobby Lobby, a lot of the craft stores carry it. I mean, the stuff, it's not like it's unobtainium. You can get the stuff.
Yeah, here's another one I cut.
Thanks for coming in, Lynn. And we're talking about the, what do you call it, cricket?
Cry cut or cricket. I call it a cricket. It's actually a cry cut, but everybody calls it cricket.
It's a machine, like a printer that it cuts wood and vinyl. Are you familiar with that, Lynn?
Really? No, I know nothing about this.
Check out this rib. This is what he did on his cut machine.
That's cool.
Look at that.
Isn't that something?
I'm impressed.
He said it took him 3 minutes, Lynn.
Wow.
This one actually took 5 minutes. This one took 3.
Okay.
I don't know how this works. What makes it work? Like, I don't know anything about this.
It's like a printer for the old style printer where the sheet moves and all the axes are separate. But
there you go.
Oh, isn't that something? Holy cow.
There's where it cut it out. You just send the design to it, and it's a plotter is all it is.
Isn't that something?
You got the
okay.
Take the blade out.
So it has a cutter in it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a little X-Acto blade.
Isn't that something? So how do you resharpen it? Like, does it get dull?
You just change the
Yeah, it'll
blade.
get dull. You can buy the replacement blades for like, I don't know, you can get them in packages or whatever, but yeah, it's just like any other X-Acto knife. It's gonna get dull, but
Wow, that's fantastic.
it's got the roller blade with it.
Yeah.
You can cut hundreds of different material. You can cut chipboard, vinyl,
So
Oh,
how
God,
do you, so what do you do? Just draw a line on whatever material you want to cut, it cuts it?
No,
No,
no.
You set it
What
up
I
on your
do-
computer, Lynn.
the way I did it, let me see if I can't, I don't know how to switch my screen around, but what I do is like right here, that's the rib pattern for the JB Special.
Okay.
And I go to my snippet tool.
Wow.
And hit new. And then say if I want to cut the R1, I highlight it.
Yeah.
And then I save it to the computer. Then when I go to the machine, to the Cricut,
Yeah.
I hit the upload button, and there's one I've already done.
Isn't that fantastic?
Add it to the machine or add it to the canvas.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to do is resize it because it's going to come up big and huge.
Okay.
So,
I see.
so
what
it's
you mean.
right now
Okay.
it's setting at 11.29 inches. All you got to do is that 9.375, enter, boom. Go over here to make it.
Isn't that something? Wow.
Then you reorient it to your wherever you want to put it on your pad and hit continue, and it'll go to the machine and cut it out.
That's fantastic.
The only thing
Wow.
the only thing it didn't do good is it didn't like the cross cut across the grain.
No, it don't like cross grain.
Okay.
But you can go in and it with the 16th inch, it'll say 4 passes
Okay.
at 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. You can go in and edit that. Now that I know it's going to take more than 4 passes, I can go in and edit it to 6 passes. And then you just peel it off the mat, and that's what you got.
Wow.
You know where
The only thing it won't do is the dotted line here where you cut the.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
But all you got to do is take one of the ribs. You just got to take one of the other ribs, put on it, draw your line, and then take your X-Acto.
Yeah, exactly. You
your-
can cut it off.
your-
Yeah, you can cut it off.
Just take your
after.
little knife and
Any
trim
way
it
you
off.
want. Exactly. You can,
But-
You know where
you can do it that way or trim it off by eye or whatever. That's
you know
good.
where your problems are
No,
gonna come with this now,
yeah.
don't you? You know where your problems are gonna come now, don't you? When
What's
I
that?
get doing something on mine, I'll be calling you saying, "How the heck do I do this?"
Okay, go right ahead. I'll give you my number.
All right.
Just let me know who it is, so I'll answer the phone. Because if it don't come up, if I don't know you, I ain't answering it.
Oh God, I made the mistake of doing that today, and it was a car salesman.
Oh.
But looking at that right there, I didn't touch that with any sandpaper.
That's fantastic.
Nice
Yeah, it does
job.
good work. Does
Yeah.
good work.
And I figured that plane there has got 22 ribs on it. At 5 minutes a rib,
100 minutes.
that's
An hour and a
Yeah.
half.
2 hours. Yeah, well, with the setup and everything, I'm looking at about 2 hours to make a set of ribs,
Yeah.
Pretty
But-
good
and not
going.
have to touch it with sandpaper.
Yeah. If you hand cut those ribs, it would take you at least as long, if not longer, and it might not come out as good.
Yeah, they do pretty
Yeah.
work.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with it, but
So you can use
I like
it on balsa and you
that's the
can
whole
use it on,
purpose. That was the whole purpose of me. Do what, Lynn?
you can use it on balsa. What else can you use it on? Like trim
Vinyl.
sheet,
On light
stuff
ply.
like that?
You
Vinyl,
can do. It'll do balsa or basswood, balsa wood, up to balsa wood up to 330 seconds. Basswood, I think 132nd. It won't do basswood too good.
No.
But it'll do like chipboard, which is like your cereal box cardboard, stuff like that.
That's outstanding. Okay.
It'll do cloth.
Leather.
Just 330 seconds is about as thick as it'll cut anything. It'll cut leather.
Mhm.
Will it do trim sheet?
Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah, do trim sheet.
making
You
my
could put you could put your strips of monocoat in there and cut patterns out on it.
That's outstanding. Wow.
So if
That's
you want to
cool.
put
I've been
stars, if you want to use the iron on your monocoat with stars, you
Yeah.
can just make a shitload of stars on it and iron them
Go.
on.
Yeah. That's amazing. Good stuff. Wow. How much is this machine?
$250 for
Uh,
Amazon.
about
But this
250.
I got mine for 200 off of eBay, but they run
Okay.
anywhere from that price on up to 600 depending on the package that you get. How
Okay.
this is the Cricut Maker, and they now have the Cricut Maker 3.
Okay.
So it's the newer one. But they're Bluetooth. You can
Mhm.
do stuff off your laptop, off
So it's
your cell
basically
phone.
just a fancy printer is what it is.
Yeah, basically.
It's
But you
it's a
put
plotter
colors.
printer.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
really something.
You
You
can
draw
draw.
designs
You
with
can
it,
draw
too.
with it. You can cut with it.
Okay.
Color. You can color with it. You can make have pictures and color them, and then you can layer the images. So where you cut one image out, then you can save the image and erase another part of it and cut that image out, and you can layer all the images and make 3D wood art with it or whatever.
Mhm.
There's a bunch.
See, if I got
There's-
one of
that's
those,
unlimited.
if I got one of those, I'd struggle to use it, but I know my wife could use it. She could set that up and have it running in 10 minutes.
Well,
It
that's
took
what my
me-
wife did.
Mine, I bought 2 aftermarket blades,
Right?
and they're designed for the Cricut Maker because the Cricut Maker is the only one that uses these type of blades.
Okay.
They both cut backwards.
Now, how much are the blades?
Depending on where you get them,
Just roughly, just a rough idea.
$25
Okay.
for the
Each?
housing. That's for the housing, and then you can
Okay.
buy the others. It's just like an X-Acto knife. You take the tip off,
Okay.
pull the knife blade out.
Oh,
And you can
God.
buy these in packs of 5, 10, whatever. And it's
Okay.
indexed. It'll only go in one way. Put that back on, screw it back in, and keep going.
Okay, so the holder's where the money's at. Okay,
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
But don't buy aftermarket. They don't
Well,
work.
That
No, they're
blade
not
is-
as good. They wear out faster, I bet, too.
Well, they cut backwards. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay.
There's something in this housing that when it goes in the machine, it'll have to index itself.
I'll get him
And
in.
mine was indexing backwards. I put
Okay.
the brand name Cricut in there. It calibrated fine, started cutting, and I was like, yeah, buddy.
Woohoo. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Because that's the whole purpose of me buying that machine, was to do that right there.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Everything else is just bonus.
That is outstanding.
That
Woohoo.
really
They're
is.
sure handy.
I think I'm gonna try to sell my wife on that for her to do arts and crafts, and I'll just cut ribs.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
can
cut.
do-
I'm not gonna cut ribs, but boy, I'm gonna cut a lot of trim sheet.
Yeah,
Well,
trim
yeah,
sheet.
you just go on YouTube and
That's what I was gonna say.
search Cricut, CRICUT, and there's I don't know 100,000 videos of people doing different things on it.
You won't believe all the stuff you can
But like I
do
say,
with it.
you could put markers in there. The markers they have are infusible ink, and you draw on laser printer paper. You draw your image, and then you put it like on a coffee cup.
Okay.
Just wrap it around the coffee cup and put heat on it. Put the heating pad on it, and wait for 2
90
minutes or
seconds.
whatever. Yeah, 90 seconds, minute and a half, whatever it calls for, and then pull your heating pad off. Wait till it cools off. Peel that laser ink off, or that laser paper off, and the image is transferred to whatever image, whatever media you got, a cup, coasters, whatever. It's
Wow.
amazing what this thing will do.
That's friggin' outstanding.
Yeah, they have pens you can just draw something. You can find a piece of art and it'll tell you when to change pens, but you can draw the artwork. Like it drew my little, on my humbug, it drew the bug, and then you change the tool from the pen to a cutter, and it cut the humbug out. And I just stuck them on the plane. Everybody said, "How'd you do that?" The Cricut did it. All I did was put a little spray of paint over it, and yeah. And if you want to do it on regular vinyl, you get the pens like he's talking about. They're called sublimation dye ink pens.
Right.
And you put them in it, and that does it. Then you just put it on there with the heat pad, like he says, 400 degrees, 90 seconds, or depends on the material you're putting it on.
Right.
And you can print it in 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds, what it takes. Vinyl like a bumper sticker is 30 seconds. A mug is 90 seconds.
So this vinyl is just like trim sheet. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Basically?
Yeah. It's
So you
a
just
sheet of
peel
vinyl.
and stick and away you go after you've cut them all
You
out.
can cut any.
I can do the stuff like John did on his biplane that mesmerized me so bad. I can do that now because all you gotta do is cut it, then lay it on the well, make sure you pull the backing off,
Yeah.
but lay it over it and take your knife, your trim
seal.
tool, and go around it, and then take the whole sheet and put it on the wing and seal it down. I mean, that used to just blow my mind how guys did that. When I saw John's, it just blew me away. So I went
Yes.
talking to a buddy of mine that used to do that on sailplanes, but not to that extent. And I say that extent because John's over there on my computer. But anyway, I went and right there it is, green and white back there behind him on his left. And it just that just blew my mind how pretty that is. And
That's just fantastic.
I went and talked to a friend of mine who used to do it on sailplanes, and he said, "Yeah, that's all you got to do, just cut it out." And I thought, well, with this Cricut, it'd be a whole lot easier to cut it out.
Yeah, when you
Get my-
stick the two together, you use a trim seal iron and
Yeah.
you do it on the glass so it doesn't stick to the
Yeah.
glass.
And I tell you another trick makes it even better. Let your wife do it.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
My
gonna
wife's over
do.
here looking
Yeah,
at me.
Naomi,
hard.
she'll be a master.
Uh-huh.
Well, she's a whole lot better with a computer than I am. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, so is mine, and she can.
When I get my when I get my computer totally screwed up, I get my wife to come in and she lays her healing hand on the computer and it straightens up.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know how she does it, but anyway.
you, me, both. I got it. I get it. The best part of it is my wife likes decorating airplanes, so this is just gonna be like a win-win.
There you go.
Oh, actually,
Hey, I tell you what.
have one by next week.
The
Yeah.
airplane, my airplane that more people have commented on than any other up until the last year or two was one, my Stinger. And when I was doing it, I said, she said, what color is it going to be? I said, I don't know. You haven't told me yet. You figure it out and I'll build it or paint it. And she figured it out. And I thought, oh my God, yellow with orange and black.
Perfect.
Oh,
Well,
gosh.
she drew it
That's-
out and got it all drawn up and told me how she wanted, how it was supposed to be, how I was going to do it. Well,
Yeah.
I did it. I shut up and did it. The wings are monocoated. The fuselage is done in epoxy, but it's orange, yellow, and black. And more people commented on that airplane than had ever commented on any of my red, white, and blue jobs.
Nice.
And I'll admit, I'm not real good with colors. I try to get somebody else to help me out with designs, because if you leave it up to me, it'll be red, white, and blue. I mean, that's it. I did pretty simple.
Yeah. And me,
But,
it's red, white, and black.
Well, I've done more red, white, and blacks now than I have red, white, and blue, because they kept commenting on my blues. So from my Stunt Wagon 60 to several others were red, white, and black. Now I've gotten to where it seems to be, my colors have turned out to be red, yellow, orange, black. Now, not all these colors on one plane, but just about 5 or 6 colors is all I really use on a plane anymore.
Yeah.
And it's just
You
red,
know what the
white,
key
yellow,
is, don't
black,
you,
and
Phil?
orange. Do what?
You know what the key is to figure out colors, don't you?
The color wheel and go to
You
the opposite
check
side.
color wheel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do.
Well, Tom Looper keeps telling me that, and Vicky keeps telling me that, but I've gotten to where I just say, okay, here's the plane. How would it look good? And I walk away and let them figure it out.
Yeah. Here, figure it out for me. That's right.
Because they do a much better job than I do. I'm honest. I just don't have much sense of color.
Hey, you guys,
My
I had
wife-
some questions in the chat box. I don't want to get too far behind, and it's regarding
No,
the
let's not
quick
do
cut.
that.
But let me first do Tom Luciano. He says, like sent, it has been a while since I came in. I'll try for Friday night. Tom Luciano. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for coming
Looking
in.
forward to it, Tom.
And then Paul Taylor, he says, can you cut ribs or full-size stunners with it? Question marks.
That is a full size stuff.
Yeah,
That
that's
is a
what that
full-size-
is right there. That's a 58-inch wingspan.
All right, you got that answer, Paul. And then Rick Wallace, he says, Eddie, what program are you using to draw your ribs?
I don't draw nothing. I copy them off of, I use the snippet tool on my computer, highlight it off of the blueprints, off of the JPG. You can download the plans off of Outer Zone.
A PDF.
Bring them up and PDF. I mean, and then you snip it with your snippet tool, highlight it, take it to, then you have to rename it. You save it as, I did this one like, this is a JBR4. That's the rib number 4 for the JB special. And then you go back and you upload that image to the Cricut design space, and then you resize it. You have to measure it. Well, it helps to have the blueprints, paper plans, because you have to resize it because it does not load it actual size. So you have to have the paper plans and measure it. Once you resize it on there, the aspect ratio stays the same. The length changes, the height changes. And you erase everything that doesn't look like a rib. And it took me a couple of nights to figure out how to actually get everything resized, but just playing with it. But yeah, you just, it's not a program that I use. It's just what's on the computer already. But
Very nice.
that's what you do.
Hey,
is that a
Charles.
snippet? Yes, Lynn.
Just think, you and I can cut out a Strega wing with 4 million ribs in no time now.
I know. Exactly.
I'm thrilled.
I'm thrilled too. I know what I want for my birthday, which is in
Well, like I
December.
said, this one took 5 minutes to cut. So you figure 5 minutes for every rib. If you got, 24 ribs, then it's 5 times 24, and that's how long it's going to take you.
Yeah,
Roughly.
you didn't have to cut it. Perfect.
Yeah. And you can plot out, like I said, I got a 24-inch sheet there. And if it's a 4-inch wide, 24 inches, you can put them on there,
Yeah, exactly.
stagger everything,
For sure.
and see however many you put on that sheet, hit go and walk away. You
Well,
know?
it's almost like laser cutting without the burn.
Yeah.
Right,
But laser cutting is a lot faster.
right. It's a lot faster, but like I said, me trying to cut that out as precise as that is by hand, I would never be able to do it. Not
Right.
me. Somebody else might be able to, but I can't.
And let me greet Howard. Hey, Howard, how you doing, Howard?
Doing all right.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming in. We're
Good
talking
to
about
see you,
a
Howard.
quick cut machine. Are you
Yeah,
familiar with that, Howard?
I don't think he heard you.
Are you familiar with that machine, Howard?
I've been reading about it.
Okay.
They're
That's-
neat.
So that's what Eddie used to cut that rib with his quick cut machine. And welcome, thanks for coming in. And I have a question from someone here in the chat box. His handle is N7118X. And he says, how and you do a taper wing ribs if you only have the tip and root?
Oh, that's fun.
Stack and sand.
That's a different game, that is.
Yeah.
So
Then
you
you need
familiar
to
with
talk.
stack and sand, Lyle? I know there's a
mean,
lot
if
of
you-
Wendy Unowski videos that show how to do that, where you have a tip and a root rib, and you sandwich the other ribs in between, and you sand it to shape. So
Yeah, you can make your root rib and your tip rib out of something hard. Like I used 16th inch plywood. It's harder than the balsa, so when you get through with the balsa down to the plywood, you hear it. Sparky used plastic. You can whatever you want to make your templates out of.
Yeah.
Just something harder than the balsa wood, because you'll sand right through your template if you don't.
Exactly.
I have another question, Eddie. He says, do you have to save? Let me try this again. Do you have to save a SVG file for the cutter?
doesn't sound like.
It's when I save it to the computer, it's usually just a JPG. And when I save it, I pull up the
Scan it. Don't you mean scan it in? Don't you scan it
well,
in?
I don't scan it. I snip it off of the plans
AutoZone.
off
Oh,
that.
digital,
Yeah, off,
digital plans. Okay.
yeah, the digital
Okay.
plans.
Those are
But you have
PDF.
to have the paper plans to measure your ribs, because it does not transfer it full size to the Cricut. So like this one right here was 9 3/8. So I have to go in there and resize it, which is nothing to do. All you got to do is go up there where it says size, length, and type in 9.375, hit enter, and it automatically resizes it to 9 3/8. Boom, you're done.
Okay.
Eddie,
If you-
did you mean JPEG or PDF on that one?
I snip it off of the PDF,
Yeah, okay.
and then you save it. When I save it to the computer, it saves as a JPEG or whatever because you can browse when you browse your downloads. or whatever you've saved it as, wherever you saved it to, you just pull up whatever you named it as, rib 1, rib 2, rib 3, and it'll
Well,
load it.
I think it does save it to a .s something file I read.
I'm
So
sure it does. I don't know. All I know is it pops up and I'll use it.
yeah,
If you have the root rib, and you have a paper copy in front of you that shows all your ribs, you have to do it one at a time. But what I do is sit back, and what I did, I've only done it once, Tucker special. I've cut the ribs. I haven't built it yet, but you can take that and reduce it to the size of the length you need, and then the height you need to put that in. It'll draw that rib for you. Then you just save that, and when you finish, you save the whole set. I didn't cut them with a Cricut. I just printed them out. I just put a pin in it and let it draw them, and that works. And by doing it with a drawing, I'm still trying to figure out how to cut 96 I-beam ribs for Uno, but the thing I haven't quite gotten figured out yet, when it draws this one and it's a 1/4 inch thick and it comes up, when it cuts this part down here, it cuts the top off of the next rib. I got to figure out how to take that out of the bottom of this rib instead of the top of this rib. But once I get that figured out, and I'm told it's not that hard to do, I just hadn't figured it out yet. But once I get that right, you do it all. Yeah, go ahead.
the easiest way to cut I-beam ribs is do like it shows on the Aries plan. You have that
rib slicer.
Make a rib slicer, because you make a slice. That's throw away the first one, and then after that, that's all. You're just moving it up. It indexes.
Yeah, that's the way I do it, John. But I've done a bunch of wings using Tom Morris's New Millennium style, and I like it. It works great. I was just, when I looked at that wing and it has 96 ribs, I said, "Holy stink bugs!"
Okay, yeah, that's not a straight I-beam. That's actually more of a hybrid. I know. Yeah. I've taken planes to contests, and they wouldn't classify it as an I-beam because it wasn't a strip rib.
Well, that was a strip rib. That one is an I-beam strip rib, and it has a. Oh well, that one, the way it's published is not. The way I'm building it, it is. I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that as a pure I-beam, and it be stronger and straighter than what it is, what it's published.
Yeah.
There's several things on that plane that I just don't really see. I started to build it as a D-tube, and would have done that. But in fact, I drew the ribs to make it, instead of 96, it was going to have 48 regular ribs in it, and then just D-tube it, and it wouldn't show. But it wouldn't look as good because it's not an I-beam. It's not got all those little, that's what makes that plane look so good. But I'm going to build it as an electric anyway, and I'm going to put a canopy on it where it comes straight up on the front. I've drawn it back and then put a canopy on it, and I've already worked up all that stuff. I'm bad about building. I'll go down there and spend 2 nights building a mock-up of one section of something just so I understand how it works. But when I go to build it, I don't have any problems with it.
I've got a question on the I-beam.
Go for it.
On Billy's planes, if once you make the rib stripper, did he use the same arch and all that on all his planes?
Yeah, you just cut some off the trailing edge.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but for like he had one that had more cord to the wing.
Yeah.
I remember what he called that, and that would take a longer strip cut.
Yeah. Yeah,
but I don't know about
there's not one airfoil that covers them all. No, they're different.
Okay.
They're different.
That's what I'm saying. For his Aries and for the Spitfire, he uses 2 different.
I don't know Billy had ever done a Spitfire,
and
but
Jack Sheets.
Or Jack Sheets, I mean, yeah.
He used different ones too.
He did use different ones. Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd have to make a different stripper for each set of plans.
I've built 6 planes downstairs, and so far I've got 6 strippers hanging on the wall. If I ever want to build another one, all I got to do is take this 3-inch pieces of wood, get them to the length,
Yeah.
glue them together like you just putting together a wing sheeting, something to cover a foam wing
Right.
with, and just take that and feed it in and cut one and pull it out, cut another, push it up, cut another, and pull it out, push it up, cut
Yeah,
another, and pull it.
I've seen the video on Billy
Once you
doing
get it
his
going, there's nothing
Aries,
to it.
but
Yeah, there's
but yeah,
nothing to it once you get
I didn't
started.
know if he used the same rib pattern on everything or.
No, none of them
Okay.
do that I know of.
Okay.
USA one wasn't for as big a wing as it was a pretty thin wing. I think it was only 1 7/8 at the high point.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. But they only used the Fox 35, so.
No, that one was the Super Tiger 40 and 46, the USA
Which one
one.
you talking? Oh, USA 1. That was 46. Yeah. Yeah, that was 46. My wife tells me I'm talking too loud. Yeah, that was Tiger 46. I tell you what, when Tran gets in here, he's about got me convinced. I've got a USA 1 downstairs and I'm thinking about making electric because it's such a thin wing. I thought, I don't know about this, but with that electric, it should work. And then I'm about to believe it. I think it's going to work. I'm cutting the motor mounts out of it now, so maybe it'll have new life as an electric. We'll see.
Let me interrupt you guys for a second. I got to catch up on the chats.
Figures up don't count.
Hey, Jack Snavely says symmetrical 2, the spars and each set shorter back and center line.
Yeah.
To the spars and each set shorter back and center line. Anyways, and then Lyle says, is anyone offering to cut ribs for people who only occasionally need one set of ribs?
There are people that have laser cutters that do that. The problem is to get the files for the cutting files in a format they can use. That's where the expense comes in, the big major expense comes in, because if you got it drawn by hand on paper, that has to all be digitalized, and that, so kind of like what you do if you were using CNC cutter, and then that has to be fiddled and manipulated around to be able to work on the laser cutter. Howard knows all about this. He's got a laser cutter. You want to say something, Howard?
I don't know what to say.
You don't want to incriminate yourself.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah.
I did a DXF file.
Yeah.
Right. So anyways, that answers that. And by the way, Brent Williams, he says, howdy from Utah. I'm not sure how they say it. I'm not sure how they say it in Utah, but
Howdy.
But Brent says howdy. And then Rick Wallace, he goes on to say, how about a show and tell sometime about this cricket? So maybe Phil or Eddie or someone else could do a show and tell on it.
Could do a setup, but I mean, like I say, it takes 5 minutes to I could walk through on how to set one up.
All right, well, that would be helpful.
Otherwise, as far as the whole procedure, sitting here watching that plotter cut for 5 minutes is kind of boring.
Oh, well, we could all talk over you.
Yeah, we could just have it going on, have it go in the background. We'll just continue talking. And I think my mic was muted earlier. I was saying that, unlike cutting ribs, you can set this thing up and it can cut the ribs. Even if it's 5 minutes at a time, you could be doing something else while it's cutting the ribs. So it really is.
Well, yeah, like I say, if you set up on a 24-inch by 4-inch sheet of balsa, you could probably get, I don't know, 6-8 ribs on it. Yeah,
lots of ribs.
And so if you put 6 ribs on it, that's a half hour worth of cutting right there. So you could go do whatever you're going to do, come back in half an hour, and your ribs are cut.
Right, as opposed to cutting 6 ribs, which might take 30 minutes each.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're cutting ribs, you can't do anything else but cut ribs if you cut them with a knife.
Yeah, you have to do it yourself.
You actually set it up and go do something else.
Right.
You guys need to get a scalpel. You need to get scalpels. It'll sharp. You'll cut your time on this stuff down so much.
Right
I
there.
always thought a daggum X-Acto blade was the way to do it. But if you ever get a number 11 scalpel blade and cut
Yeah.
1/16 balsa, they don't catch the grain so bad. You don't have the problems. It'll make your life so much easier cutting ribs one at a time.
I got
Yeah,
this
that's
blade
exactly
in
what
the
I have,
box.
Eddie. Yes, I bought those off of
That's it.
eBay a couple times.
That's it.
Amazon, whatever, like $6. It's amazing. And
Yeah, and you
like
can get an
Phil-
holder. Yeah, you got the holder there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and
And
like
when
Phil
Eddie
said, it'll send you to the hospital real quick.
Yeah, when Eddie gets a little older and he can't pick stuff up quite as easy, he'll get the one that's got the nice
I can't do
padded
that
handle.
now.
He'll get the one that's got the nice padded handle that you can get a hold of and pick up off the table. Like I just had to do.
I'll just
Very
wrap
good.
electrical tape around that one.
Well, you
Yeah,
guys,
well, that'll-
let me interrupt again because we have someone who made a donation. Thank you very much, Rick Wallace. He gave us a super chat of $15. We appreciate it immensely.
Nice
Thank you
going,
very,
Rick.
very much. Appreciate it. Like, I don't even know how to tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We definitely need more supporters, and I'm glad to see some new people supporting. You know, like last Friday, Mark Lumen, and then now Rick Williams, because we have people that do it frequently, you know, the same people. So I'm really glad to see some other people pitching in. But, you know, you can do the super chat like Rick did, where you just go down to the bottom of the chat box and click the big $sign, and then you can donate. You only do that during a live stream. So if you're watching this as a replay, I do this every Monday and Friday night with these guys and others, and come on in and make the donation. And if it's more convenient to watch the replay at another time, or obviously go ahead and do that. But please come in and donate. And if you want to, on a monthly basis, you can donate through the joining the YouTube memberships, which is just $4.99 to start. I mean, it can remain there, but if you want to go to the other levels, you can increase to the big tipper level. But please seriously consider supporting this hobby. I really think that it's people dial in, people come in, people watch. So I think there is some value to it. And, you know, if you go someplace for entertainment, you would expect to pay for it, you know, and here you actually get entertained and you can learn some new stuff or learn some old stuff that you haven't seen in a while. So thank you, Rick. Appreciate it immensely. Thank you so much. Anyways,
Guess
I also
what,
wanted
Joe?
to, I think Lyle said, not a laser. I think he's referring to, he says, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Lyle says, I'm asking about the cutter you're discussing. Yes. You're talking about a show and tell about the cutter. Yes, I understand. Not a laser. Yeah, I understood that. I think we all understood that.
Guess what?
Hey, what? Go
I
ahead.
gotta unroll the lines on the Red Baron.
You got to unload the.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, go out and roll the lines out for the Red Baron.
I gather that means a Red Baron pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Exactly.
Oh my
You got to make
goodness.
his puppy hungry.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
To go on a different subject, it's been a long time since I had gotten on the regular Stunthanger forum, and I saw the thing in there about David.
David Adamson. Yeah, Dennis's brother. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry to hear that.
Yep. Just I'm sure that David was thinking about taking a bath or shower, and that is unbelievable how a person can be taken out. So we definitely got to, like Dennis said, live like this is your last day. You know, you don't know how much time you have.
And as
Rick
we get
Wallace,
older, we have to
I
be
didn't
more
see what
careful too.
happened to
yes,
him.
that's true too. Rick Wallace says,
actually
if
happened?
Eddie gets through my thick head, I'll reward you well.
Eddie will have to put a show and tell together. We'll have to get together and you figure out, you show them how to cut ribs and I show them how to cut the vinyl. Cause I have plenty of
I don't know
vinyl.
how to swap this camera angle around on this thing.
Make you big, Eddie. Just a second.
He was big. Oh, well.
All right,
Eddie's
let me-
Banshee
I'll just turn it
boxer.
around here where I can see what, okay, can y'all see what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kinda.
here's what I got here is balsa wood, 3/32 and 1/16. All right, if you go over here to browse all materials. If I can, you can see that or not.
Yeah.
Go to the left a little bit, Ed.
Okay. Here is everything that it will cut.
Ah,
Oh,
Wow.
What?
Denim, foam,
Yeah. Some of the stuff I've never even heard of.
interlocking knit. Well, that round wheel will cut cloth.
Yeah, that's all the cloth right now. Neoprene.
What would you put it on if you wanted to cut trim sheet?
That round one.
Yeah.
That round one does beautiful job. I cut out the
does it?
decals on the humbug with the round. That's the only cutter I had at that time was the round one. Does a
Oh, I
beautiful
got-
job.
Well, I don't know where my other one is. The fine blade that comes with it. I guess I done lost my place here. Foam, foil, iron on, leather. It'll do 1.6 mil leather, 2.4 mil tooling leather. I mean, hundreds of thousands of papers there, plastics, the acetates, Mylar, 16 gauge, 20 gauge, adhesive vinyl.
So what would trim sheet be considered? Cardboard, paper, what?
I would
Trim
put it
sheets
under
with
vinyl.
plastic.
Oh,
Yeah,
vinyl, okay.
light
Yeah.
vinyl.
Light vinyl, okay, gotcha. That's what I was asking. I'm like, well, I don't know what I would put it under out of that list.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
got stencil vinyl. You could put it under that.
Okay,
Something thin. And
Yeah,
here's all the other. Okay, it'll do
Stencil vinyl,
1.6 mil basswood. So it'll do 16th inch basswood.
wow.
Now, it may take 30 minutes to cut through that piece of basswood. But
try doing it with an X-Acto knife. It'll take you damn near 30 minutes too.
exactly. But
And
I
your
mean,
fingers will be a
there's-
lot sore.
it'll cut just about anything you want to put in there.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, if you wanted to make patterns with poster board, you could cut the poster board out to fit the mat, put it in there.
Hey, you know what
cut
I
it
was just thinking? I wonder if it would cut, what are they called? Head shims.
You know, it might.
It might do it.
For a
Well, I'll
motor,
tell you
like
what,
motor head shims. I wonder if it
Yeah.
would cut
I mean,
them.
those are pretty thin.
Yeah,
Lynn,
Talking about
if you'll-
3,000s, 5,000ths of an inch. That's really
Yeah.
thin.
Lynn, if you'll get
Yeah.
in touch with Jim Lee and get one of his head shim cutters, you just get you a Pepsi can or a Coke can, and believe me, they're different thicknesses. Or go
Right.
get you some brass from the machine shop. I mean, from a supply house. It's cheap. Or the flashing off the house.
right,
The thick stuff I use is flashing off the house. I mean,
Right.
like you use on the house. You just take this thing and set it to the size you need, and
right.
just sit here and spin it a few times. I mean, you just sit here and spin it a few times, and
Yeah.
you cut the outer ring, and then you go back and cut the inner ring, and when you're cutting the inner ring, you've already cut all of your supply off, so all you got is a circle. So you have to hold it and just kind of cut one area at a time so you don't cut your fingers.
Right.
But it's no problem to cut it with that. I mean, this thing
Right.
is nice, and I'm sure it'll do it. But you can do that with this.
Oh yeah,
cutter
I'm just
that he
trying to
makes.
think of an easy way. If I could draw the circles on something and just slide it into this thing, I cut myself like 25 of them in a few minutes.
Well, that's true. That's
Okay,
true.
here it says foil and metal. It'll cut aluminum foil, foil tape, shiny side up, shiny side down. We'll say that 5 times fast.
Wow. Shiny side
40
up, shiny side down.
40 gauge thin copper, party foil, and printable foil. So that's about the metals that it'll cut. I don't know what 40 gauge copper is. I guess that's pretty thin.
Yeah.
40 gauge is pretty thin.
I have a question, Eddie, from Brent Williams, or also anyone else who can answer. You can answer as well, Phil. He says, how are you verifying your files are to the proper scale and will be cut to the proper scale before you commit to cut with your circuit?
All right.
Cut one and compare it to your plans.
Yeah.
I do it the easy way. I mean, I do it that way.
If you, well, like I said, let me cancel this.
That makes sense, Phil. If you just cut one out and just lay it on top of the plans,
Well, you actually can take the cutter and it'll plot it. You'll have it in there and it'll show you where 0 is, and
Well,
it'll run it in to the end and check the end, and then it comes back and it goes kind of to the middle, and you can watch it go over here and over here, and that's where you tell if you've got it are all 4 of those places it stopped on the vinyl or on the piece of material that you're going to cut, and there you know, okay, it's going to fit. But then I just go ahead and cut one out, or cut a piece of vinyl out even, and check to see the size, lay it on the template. You can cut out a piece of paper, you can cut out anything, compare that to your plans to see if it's the right size. If it is, put the material you want to cut in it.
It's going to be the right size. Yeah.
Right there's where I snipped that one out. I snipped that one out. Okay, it's going to be the same as if I upload, there's one I've already done. Okay, so if I click on it and add to my canvas.
I like the flames.
Yeah. Now, see, it comes up here. I don't know if you could see right here.
Yeah.
It says 11.292 inches. Okay, if I want that to be the size of my wing rib off the plans, I measure it off the plans, and it's 9 3/8. So 9.375. I hit enter. Now watch the image. Boom. See it shrink?
Yep.
Yeah, now when I say make it, and it goes over to my pattern, it's going to be 9 3/8 of an inch. And that's what that other, when I cut it out.
That's marvelous.
When I cut it out, it's 9 3/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
Fantastic, Eddie. Awesome.
So that's how I do. I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but that's the way I found to do it. I don't know how I can copy it off of the PDF, because it does not know what size it's supposed to be. It's just an image to the machine.
You know,
I have to resize it.
You just brought something to mind to me, Eddie. When I use CompuFoil and I plot out a set of ribs, I can save it as a DWG file. I don't even have to print it to a PDF. And as a DWG file, it should come up. You should have the ability in that maker to utilize a DWG file. If not, then it's a matter of just taking that DWG file, not DWG, DFX file.
It's easy for you to say.
Yeah, right. The DFX file could probably be converted right into a PDF file. But anyway, I'm going to have to look at that and see. I've given some thought to buying one of these.
Because see, what I'm looking at is, like, say, if I bring up, let me get this around here where I can. I really do wish I knew how to turn this screen around on this phone.
You're doing good. You're doing good.
Yeah, doing good.
But see, okay, so I can.
See, that's off the PDF file.
Right, that's the PDF file. If I take this PDF file to.
Is that the JB special?
Yeah. And when I take it down here to the UPS and it prints off on the printer, it prints off 100%. Yeah. But it prints off the whole file. I'm just wanting
Right. But
I'm
you
just
know,
wanting
those,
that rib right there.
inside those boundary zones, those are 3 or 4 inch wide by 36 or 48 inch long. And they're
Yeah.
all laid out, they're all laid out for a laser cutter.
Right, this is a 4 inch by 36 inch on this, on the ribs. I can't get 36 inch on mine, so I would
Yeah.
have to do whatever 24, whatever I could get on a 24 inch
Yeah,
thing. But like I said, if I want to do rib number 1, this is the snip and sketch. It's on Windows 10 is what I've got.
So snip and sketch didn't cost you anything then?
No, it was already on the computer.
Oh,
And then
that's
you
great.
just
Wow.
find
I
your
got
little
Windows
crosshairs
10.
there.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can do it. Yeah.
You can download it then.
And
You don't
then
have
Isn't
it, you
that
get it.
cool?
boom, I highlight it, it saves it right there.
Oh,
Now I
man.
save it. Click my save button, come on. I can save it to JB R1 and it's going into a JPG. Save.
JPEG.
Now, yeah. Now, when I go back to here, cancel all this out. I'll just do a quick tutorial right here. Okay.
Do you notice what format it saves it to when it goes to the map?
It doesn't save it to the mat. Well, it will, but I have to upload the image right now.
Yeah.
And it'll do
Does it
JPG,
change
GIF.
the image to an SVG or something?
It says compatible file types. It's JPG. What is that? GIF or GIF or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
PNG,
Okay. Yeah.
bitmap, SVG, and DXF.
Oh, wow.
oh, so it will do it DXF. So
Okay.
I could just send a file with just the ribs in it, file for
Yeah.
each rib, and you could run it right into there. You wouldn't have to do
Right,
that.
if I had one per rib, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I hit browse. My computer's slow.
No problem.
Now
Don't-
I find out where I've saved it, JB R1, and it comes up here. You have 3 different image types. All my stuff is just single layered, so it's a simple design. Now you notice it's highlighted. I continue. I don't know if y'all can see this or not.
Somewhat.
now it's-
I'm
now
watching
it's,
on a phone, so it's kind of
yeah.
small.
So now it's all highlighted.
Okay.
And I can go right here and say, remove background. And see, that doesn't work. What I have to do is manually do it. I select, there, see it just, see everything disappeared around it,
Yeah.
inside it. And now right here on this little tail section, there was a line that wasn't removed from the drawing, so it kept it inside. So now there's lines from the rest of this where I
back
snipped
rib.
it. So I have to erase it. So I go on here. And of course, after you fool with this for a while, you get
Better at it.
better at it. Yeah, you can erase the eraser size so you can get down here and do all this. I can't do anything trying to explain something to somebody, so just bear with me. Because if you leave these lines on here, it's going to cut them. It'll
Okay.
cut every line. It'll cut every line that's on this image.
Wow.
I'm just trying to do something quick here.
Just cleaning up.
Well,
Yeah,
I've got
you
a
just
dumb
clean up.
question for you. Eddie, what is a JB special? I've heard of it. I just can't remember what it is, what it looks like.
Ask John.
That's one of my designs. It's an open cockpit. It's inspired by the Spectre. It's on its basic look, and it's but it's a radial cowled engine, wing mounted gear, wing pants, wheel pants. Basically,
Flaps?
sticking flaps, yeah, sticking tissue on. It's got an inboard fuselage, rectangular, but it's got curved ribs that are on the outside that pick up the stick and tissue or sticks in there. You can sand those, get a nice round fuselage with a Stearman type of look.
Okay.
Okay,
It's a,
now I've erased everything, and I just apply it and continue. Now,
Have
see
you
where I was
got-
talking about the lines? They
Yes.
showed up, but I'm not gonna cut it. I'm just gonna, I highlight the cut image, I upload it, and then it goes to my list of patterns. Then I click on it and I add to the canvas.
Pretty neat.
And
Yeah,
see, it
because-
come up, this one came up 8.835. So it's however big your image is that you snip and cut is what it's going to be. But if I want this one 9 3/8, I just put 9.375, enter, and boom, it grew to 9 3/8. So that's how it's just that simple. Now, if I want to upload another one, okay, well, we'll say we'll do this one right here. Okay, so now I've got that one on there. We'll do this one and it'll overlap. Boom. But I can just drag it down here. Now I've got two images to cut.
Yeah.
If
Cool.
I want to upload this one, I add it. Boom, it comes up, drag it down here. Now I go up here and click make it. They're going to go over to the canvas. So I can put that one there, and those two are down here. Rotate it around, upside down, however you want to do it. And move it up here.
Lay it in any way you want it. Yeah.
Yeah, just weave it around and however you want it to do it. And
As long as
You
it
can
fits on the
just-
sheet, you're good to go.
However
You
it'll
can-
fit on
yeah,
best on the sheet.
you can just stack them in there however you want to do it. And hit
Man, I'll
play.
tell you, it's a lot easier than doing it this way.
What holds your balsa wood?
What's
What
that?
holds your balsa wood from slipping around when that cutter's cutting?
It's a sticky pad.
Oh,
Sticky. Okay.
Hey, Eddie,
See, here's the 12. Here's the 12 by 12, and it's just it'll.
Oh, isn't that cool?
And then what holds that sticky pad to your plotter? Vacuum?
No, rollers.
Tractor wheels and rollers.
It's just,
Okay.
I don't know if you can see them or not. Get my hand out of the way. Little
There you
roller
go.
wheels
Oh.
right there.
Okay.
And it's got a track that it goes in to keep it in line. I'm still
That is-
learning. This thing, I've only learned probably 5% of this thing.
That is so neat.
This thing will do so much stuff. But
So what's the chance maybe it coming loose about halfway through or something and then
Hadn't had any
Who
problem
knows?
with it yet.
I don't know. I've only cut 2 ribs with it so far.
Okay.
So
well,
got
so
a
you
bunch.
say wouldn't want to leave it for about a half an hour and then something happened to it and it'd be all messed up or something maybe, you know.
right.
Yeah,
Well, I
I-
wouldn't want to walk off. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be right here in the shop with it. So
Yeah, at least until you know what it will and won't do.
Yeah.
right. I'm not
I've
gonna.
got a
I'm
bunch
not
of
gonna
vinyl
hit
with
print
it,
and go
but I
eat
haven't
supper
had
or
it
nothing
slip
like
yet.
that. So here's the piece that cut out of it.
That's so cool.
Okay, because it'll
That
stay
is
right there then,
really
won't it?
cool.
Look how clean those are. Oh,
Yeah, it's,
Very, very nice. That's awesome.
I,
You guys,
a
let me make
little,
another announcement. You guys, Rick Wallace, he actually donated another $25. So
all right.
he actually has a total of $40
Good deal, Rick.
that he's donated. So thank you very much, Rick Wallace. And I hope that this catches fire and other people are inspired to donate. Appreciate it immensely.
I've been working on plans, and I got a hold of a couple of plans. I noticed that they're not drawn accurately according to your top view and your wings going together in the fuselage. So I told Charles, you're going to have to watch that kind of stuff because these plans are not accurate if you just follow the plans as plans and not double check your stuff.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
I've seen that happen too, Gary. You get it,
Yeah.
and it's not right.
Yeah, there's one this Nobler is doing, got the snubby nose, and this didn't correspond to the side view of the fuselage. And then also the top view is it was way long, the tail was clear back about an inch
I
and a
bought
half or
one.
something. So
I bought one a few years back that I'm not going to say which one it is because I talked to the guy who flew the original plane at the Nats, and this thing, when you built the wing and you tried to put it in the fuselage, you discovered that the wing wouldn't fit in the fuselage the way it was cut, the way it was drawn, because the side view was a 1/4 inch too short.
Oh, wow.
yeah,
So then when you recut the fuselage, now you've lost a 1/4 inch in tail moment. So
I just
it's
noticed
just
that.
aggravating. It's aggravating when you do that. You buy a set of plans and they're off. I mean, okay, everybody says, well, a 1/4 inch don't matter. Well, it does.
yeah, it
Well,
does,
that's quite
for
significant.
sure.
Yeah. So,
But it is aggravating. I've had it happen too. And I talked to Bob Hunt about I had wanted to set of plans to Gene Schaefer's stunt machine for years, and I finally got one. And it's the one that was in one of the magazines, and they're not right.
No,
They're
they're
not anywhere
off.
close to right. If
Yeah,
you look
see?
at it, if you built by those plans, Gene flew clockwise. We fly counterclockwise. You know that. Gene flew clockwise. Well, he'd drawn the tank to go on this thing. He'd drawn the airplane to go clockwise like Gene flew, but he put the fuel tank in it clockwise.
Oh,
like, showed
my
the
God.
dimensions for that. The tank was built to be regular. So it's
Now you just got a mess. Yeah.
Yeah, and Bob told me, he said the airfoil's not right either. So he said that guy he drew a lot of plans with the same airfoil, and that's not the one Gene used.
Oh, that's
So
a shame.
I'm going to get a hold of Pampa has the right plans. I'm going to get a set of them and eventually build one. Hope to eventually build one, but it'd be well down the list. I have so many airplanes I want to build, and I worked on 3 today. I work on one and get tired of doing that. And
Then you go on to something else and start working on a different one. And then you start feeling guilty because you're trying to get the other one done. I know.
Yeah.
You resemble that remark, huh?
Oh, my
I think a lot
God.
of us do. I'm
Like,
trying to figure out what I can
world.
get done by June to take to Brodak. And I thought, well, rather than finish the ones that I've been trying to finish, it would be nice to finally take a Brodak airplane to Brodak. So I'm going to change gears a little bit and see if I can't get a Brodak plane ready for Brodak. And
That'd be nice.
I'm trying to break a Brodak 25 in to go on my Ringmaster. Not only is it lighter than an FP, but the guys that are running say they've run just great. So I'm gonna try one and see if it'll work. It'll lighten the plane up by almost an ounce. So I'm gonna try it.
Make sure you leave room in the vehicle for my stuff.
That's no problem. I got a pickup truck.
All right. I'll make sure I leave room for the money.
There you go. There you go. This is it's gonna be a crazy. It'll be the first time I've been to the. Oh, that's right. You'll be at Brodak.
Yeah.
I was thinking about taking them to the Nats, but Brodak
Well,
first.
let's try for Brodaks. Hopefully we can make it to Brodaks.
Okay, let's try that. I got to
Okay.
find out where to stay at Brodak because everything's changed since I went last. Everybody's
Yeah,
telling
we
me the
usually
place.
stay in Uniontown.
Where's that? Is that the one? What's the one that's across from the airport?
That's Waynesburg. Or sorry, no, Waynesburg, yeah, Waynesburg. And that's what's it called again? Naomi, what's that hotel in Waynesburg we used to stay? Microtel is where we used to stay.
Yeah.
But there's another place up on the hill. I can't remember. Was it Holiday Inn or something else? Can't remember.
I'll find out. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. If you ever go to Japan and you let them sign you up for a microtel, you're in
Right.
for a surprise. In Japan, a microtel, you put all your stuff in a locker, like a gym locker.
Right.
4-foot tall one. But then when you get in a microtel, you slide the ladder over, you open the door, and you get up and you slide into this tube and you close the door behind you. If you happen to be claustrophobic,
It's a problem.
ain't no way, Jose. Ain't no way, Jose.
So microtel in Japan is just that, micro.
Micro, yeah.
Micro tube.
That's
Hey,
what it
baby,
sounds like.
in Japan, when they say the showers, it's both. They still have community baths. That flipped me out. I'm sitting there, whoa, wait a minute here.
Maybe
But
not.
I tried to close the door and it wasn't happening. So I went down the road to another hotel. I will say the management was very nice. He spoke broken English and he realized that I was too big to go in that thing. So he helped me find a hotel down the road that I could stay at. But
Okay.
that was 30 years ago. I don't know what it's like now, but I'm telling you, that was one of the biggest surprises of my life was sliding into that tube, then finding out it didn't fit, and then find out that the shower was, oh, never mind. That was too far gone for me. I'm a good Moravian kid. I'm not used to all that stuff, you know. I wasn't used to stuff like that.
Hey, Mike Lonke, thanks for coming in.
Michael
guys.
has made the trip.
Hey, Mike.
What's happening?
I'm Mike.
Hey, Mike, I saw your thread about the tachometers,
Yeah,
and if I could get my hand on a TNC, that's what I would recommend.
TNC, what's that? What
It's
what brand is that?
it's well, I know it as a TNC tack.
Give me a few minutes.
somebody recommended that, and I found one on eBay.
And
Oh,
that's
the
a pretty good
old
tack.
one.
I have a couple of those too.
Yeah.
I use
Make
a
'em
Hanger
big. I
9.
can't see them. Oh, wait, I'll just go over, slide over here.
Oh, you can't
Make
see
it
me.
big. I'm sorry, Mike. I mean, make it
But it's a globe. It's just a Globey.
Yeah, Globy. I had
Oh,
one
yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
Just don't
Yeah,
leave
I
it
have-
in the sun.
Don't
Yeah.
leave it in the sun.
No,
Don't leave it in the sun. It'll run it. The SPD cell won't handle it.
that's how I wrecked mine. That was the end of it. Took me about a week and it was in
So
the
you
garbage.
got to keep
pail.
it in the box when you're not using it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't
Okay, I
leave it
didn't know
out.
that.
Don't leave it out in the sun or you'll be throwing it in the circular file.
Okay, I use.
I always
Actually, I
leave
have
mine
mine
in
in
my
my
pocket.
pocket. You know, when I'm flying, I use a fanny pack, and that's where I keep my tack and my glow igniter and some
What are you,
tools
old?
and Sharpies.
I had this Hanger 9.
All right.
Man, if the sun hits it the wrong way, it goes all wonky. It
Yeah,
just
that's what they do. Yeah.
doesn't read right. I have more trouble using it than it actually working. So that's why I asked about trying to try.
I have that
I'm
little
not
bitty
actually
one,
happy
Michael.
with any of the tacks I've had. I've had except for the one that Tower Hobbies used to sell, as I bought 2 of those. And those are, but I wish they had more decimal places. But that's a pretty good tack, but it's no longer available. And then I have some Globies. I have the Hanger 9 one,
I
the
don't know what
smaller
I
one.
got.
And
I bought this one off of eBay and I have a question.
Hang on, make it big, Mike Millard. Hang on a second. Where are you at? There you are.
I bought the Habico Digital Mini, and it
When you move it to over, we can't see it. There we go. I've seen that on eBay. I just never been able to pick one up.
I got this one off of eBay. The question is, it's only for 2 or 3 blade. Is there some way to make a calculation for a 4 blade if I'm using a 4
Just
blade?
take, just, it's gonna show you twice what you're doing.
Okay.
Hey,
On
Stephen
the
McBride,
2 blade
thanks for coming
setting.
in.
How we doing, Charles? Thank you.
Good, man.
That's what I thought, but it didn't work with the one engine I'm running the 10.6 4 blade APC on. It didn't read anywhere close to where it should have, I didn't think.
Yeah, it's gonna show you twice as much because it's seeing twice as many blades go by. But Tom Looper uses one like that, and he's used it for years and swears by it.
Okay.
I guess you would just cut it in half, the number in
Yeah.
half, Mike Millard.
Whatever it's doing, you you're actually turned half of that, so no problem.
Okay.
Hey, Stephen McBride, what tack do you use?
I have the one he's showing from Hobby Code, but I'm not using that one. I got a different one I got through Tower Hobbies. Also, that was is it starts with a T. I'm not exactly sure what the name of it is. But I know it's Tology. It starts with a T. What's that?
TNC?
No, jeez. I'll have to look at it and
Okay.
see.
Yeah, TNC one is expensive. I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't cheap the one I got
Yes.
because that one about the one he was showing is about at one time it was like 20 some bucks or 20 or 30 bucks.
right.
The one I got is cost more than that.
Yeah, that was a TNC model. It went on eBay. I think it ended at $102, I think.
Wow.
Or maybe it was 150, but it's they're kind of hard to come by. Tom Morris used to sell them for like 80 bucks. And at that time I thought that's kind of more than I wanted to spend for a tack. But now in hindsight, I wish I would have picked one up because now they're not made anymore. Like anything else that works, you can't find it. And so now they're going for a pretty penny.
I had a tack, but it's gone MIA. I don't know where it went.
Carl,
Yeah.
do you mind if I share a PDF of the JB special?
Yeah, let me replace
See if I can find it here.
Yeah, go ahead and look for it, Stephen. We'll see what John's going to share with us. Go ahead, John.
Okay, hold on a minute. I gotta get it up here.
Oh, Paul Taylor's commented and he said that I think it was Brett Buck, but he said to put a hood over the pickup. Is that regarding which tack is that regarding, Paul Taylor?
That's cool.
I like that plane.
I do too.
That is sharp.
Oh,
You drew that, John?
Yeah,
And that's a what classification is that?
JB special. So to pipe stunt ship, you can run it pipe or you can run it
Damn.
exhaust or
Is
side
that
exhaust.
Pampa or is that classic? Is what I mean.
Pampa.
Tampa.
That is a beautiful airplane.
That
Woo-hoo-hoo.
John, how big is that? How big is the wingspan?
I believe it's hold on a minute. I believe it's 58 inches, but let me check.
That's close enough. Wow, nice.
So it's a 51 to 60 size airplane. Cool.
Yeah.
When I build it and fly it, it's gonna be a pamper airplane. Cause I'm gonna be shitting my pants.
650.
Yeah, pamper.
656 square inches, 57
Beautiful.
square inch span.
46
That's
to
beautiful.
65.
It's the same size as my bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Pretty airplane.
That is a good
It
looking
is a pretty
airplane.
airplane. John, where did you, is that those plans on, where do you get the plans? Just from you, or is that one of the ones on the net?
No, it's just for me.
Okay. Well, I gotta get what I've got done. I'm gonna get what I've got in my twin done, and then that might have to go on the list after the
Well, let me know, and when you're ready.
Ching special. That's sharp. I like the look
That
of
is a good
that.
looking plane.
Damn.
Notice I
trying to
even got the rail for the pilot to step on right there.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
even
that's-
just cut the cockpit floor and I can have access to the push rods right there.
That is one
Yeah.
sexy airplane.
Well,
Or
I
you
tell you
could just-
something else.
Or you could just cut it right there and bring it here, you know. I don't know.
And be able to get
I'd
to
raise
that,
the
but-
floor up.
But look at it this way, guys. If you're, I know most of y'all are not, but if you're an electric fan, you can leave that canopy wide open in there, and that can be where your air comes out because heat does rise.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Very nice. Very nice, John. That is beautiful.
That's a beautiful.
Now, what does
airplane.
JB stand for?
Joe Bellcrank.
Joe Bell.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, wow. That is awesome, John.
Yeah.
I love it. That's cool. That
Being-
is neat.
Being that my online name is Joe Bellcrank.
Yeah, I understand.
That
I
is
know,
Wow.
really nice, John.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
trying to
really
find
like
wood
that.
worthy enough to build it.
Well, I'm
What
glad
I
to
like
see you
is-
building
What I
it.
like is you don't have to do a whole lot of carving because he's got it done with I don't know how to say it now, but anyway,
These things
Gillis
here.
style. Yeah, Gillis style. I
That
like
You
is-
that.
do
super.
carve this or form this.
Well, yeah,
part
but
back
that's
here.
just from there back.
These
That's
can
not-
all be formed if you want. You know,
Yeah, I like the block just because it stiffens up the nose.
Well, that's true
Mhm.
too.
well, if you're using IC power and you've got
Yeah.
a crutch made here, that stiffens the nose up a lot.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
But yeah. Anyway, I'll take it off here so we can do anything. But yeah, I showed
That's
this a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, that is a really pretty looking airplane.
does that tail
That
wheel
really is.
snap in and snap out?
Yep.
Okay.
Do you know if anybody's built one?
Eddie will be the first.
Okay.
You know what it kind of reminds me of, and I'm not absolutely positive, but it kind of reminds me of the Vista. When that
Yes,
that
it
Dan
does. It
Jock-
does look a bit like that.
Well, the from here back, it's basically patterned on the Yves, what's his last name? Starts with an F anyway.
Fernandez.
Yeah, Yves Fernandez scepter.
Yeah,
Okay,
I thought I recognized that. I saw those plans.
yeah,
Both the scepter and the Stillamog.
yeah,
You have the second page shows the wing.
yeah. You want
Before
to see
you
it?
go, John, I
Yeah, I
like
do.
how you have the rudder. I mean, not the rudder, but the tail wheel, how you can just pinch it to release it.
Yeah,
I like
Yeah.
that too.
I like it too. It's so easy to do. And it just, it locks in on this bulkhead and on this block underneath here. And it just, you just pinch it, pull it out. You don't have to pinch it to put it in. It locks in place. And if you need a taller wheel or a shorter wheel, you can put it right in.
Give me just 5 minutes and I'll take you out.
Excuse me here a second. Whoever's asking about a 4-blade tachometer, Tower Hobbies has a Hanger 9 micro digital tachometer that does 2, 3, and 4 blades.
Yeah,
How much is that?
It's $36.
Yeah, that's what I get.
Maybe
from
I'll
mine.
do that. Because when I tried reading the 4-blade with this Habico, it was not writing anywhere close to correct for the doubling for some reason.
Hmm.
Now, I have a comment from Jeff Riley. He says, I still use the tack that's built into my ear.
Yeah, me too. That's
Yeah.
the wind. That's called a windy tack.
Yeah, yeah.
I use the windy tack. Sounds SAR. Sounds about right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
can I share something with you guys?
Yeah,
Sure.
absolutely,
Go for it.
Mike.
So keep your eyeballs peeled in those radio control groups. This guy was selling a bunch of RC engines, but I noticed this 146 in there.
Yeah, my goodness.
And I
don't
noticed,
really wanna hear- I seen it. Yeah.
well, later, I noticed it was set up for control line.
Yes. Oh,
Uh-huh.
my goodness.
and the guy was like 48 bucks shipped. He said it's
Oh,
brand new, it's never
Good
been
grief.
run. So I'm like, all right, 50 bucks for a new LA, sure.
That's
Good
a
grief.
great
That's
deal.
a third of what
That's-
they're
you did
selling
really
for.
well.
Well, wait a minute. What happened, John?
Well, I just put up the wing.
I'm not done here yet.
Well, that's
That
all
is
right. You
sharp.
do it. I'm sorry about that. Let me.
Well, Charles had made it
back
big.
up.
Well,
That's sharp.
Well, because
Yeah, I did. I looked
this
somewhere
is,
else.
okay,
Apologize.
so I get the engine and I open it up and whose name is engraved on the bottom?
Can't read it.
Randy, number
oh
149.
my goodness, that's
I'll be darned. How about that?
Turned out to be a Randy Smith, LA 46
oh man, that's
For 50 bucks.
for
that's
50 bucks.
you know
I'm
how
glad
to
he
do it,
didn't
man. You
modify
are.
that thing for 50 bucks.
Well,
It was 85.
I knew something was up as soon as I took it out of the box and it had socket head cap screws on the
Yeah, right.
on the
Yeah.
back plate and the head, and I went, what the hell?
You know,
And then I was like, that's a PA needle valve.
You
And I
made it
just
like
looked it
bandit.
over and I was like, son of a gun, man. Randy, number 149. So
That's amazing.
you know, Mike,
Amazing.
I'm so tickled for you, but you know what? You're using up all our good luck.
yeah, I know.
No.
I know.
That's-
Well, here's the kicker, man. I only bought this thing because it was new and I just wanted the case. And
wow.
I wanted the case and the
I'll-
back
I'll-
plate and the
I'll trade
crank.
you. I'll trade you one.
Well, because I've got another Brian Gardner piston and liner and rod and head. So I was looking for a clean case to put that in and a new crank and, thrust bearing and thrust washer and all that stuff. So that's what I was going to do with this, was just take the piston and liner and head out of it and pop in the Brian Gardner internals. Well, I'm not touching it now. I'm going to leave it. That's why I was doing in the other bags here. I was going through my bags to figure out how many parts I had to do this other Brian Gardner. I just got to order a case and a crank, and I've got all the other stuff. I'll be able to assemble another Brian
What's that?
Gardner engine.
What's
So
that,
I'll be
parts
If you
Japan?
order,
RC
order-
Japan, 24 bucks for a case and a crank.
Yeah.
Very good.
Plus
Well,
shipping.
if you-
I don't know what shipping's going to be yet. It'll probably be about 15 bucks.
Yeah.
I was going to say, if you're
John
going to
Miller,
order,
I'm
if
so
you're going to
sorry.
order,
That was my fault, John. If you want to please continue with the
Oh, okay.
the wing picture of your
Okay.
plans.
I'll put it up.
Yeah, I didn't know we was going there, so
Oh, wow.
that is sharp.
That is a nice looking airplane, the whole thing. That's a nice 650 odd inches.
659.
that's a good looking wing. And
Nice.
good looking
This has-
stab.
This has the way this is jigged up is, it only has the one tab on it, but it has this little notch here.
Mm-hmm.
See this here? That is what do you call it? That closes in, boxes in the trailing edge, but it also sets the rib spacing. So you set it in there, notch that rib into that point, and then when you're done, and it sets it all up nice and level, and you can build it. That's your jig.
The jig, and then you just cut the bottom off it after. Okay. Cool.
Right. In fact, is I put the top sheeting for it on, and then when I turn it over, then I put the bottom sheeting on it for the trailing edge, and it's all locked in, nice and tight, and it helps strengthen that wing quite a bit. And then you got your I'm trying to remember what we call it when you put it between the vertical grain between the ribs.
Shear web.
Shear web.
webs.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what this is, a shear webbing for the trailing edge, and there's some shear webbing out to about here, just beyond the gear, one bay beyond the gear.
What I
And
do.
it uses Tom's method like he used on the Millennial Wing with those little 1/8 by 1/2, 1/4 or 3/8 balsa in there. And then what I do, you can make a buck to form the leading edge, if you wish. What I do is I make a 3-piece leading edge.
That's
And
the
then
way I do them.
Yeah, I start out with, I use those formed air leading edges that you can buy. They're made out of balsa. Midwest makes them, a couple others, you can buy them at the hobby shop. Well, I bought a couple of those and I wrap in saran wrap. And then it takes an 1.5 inch piece of balsa. So I put in, strip 1.5 inches, and I cut a 3 inch in half and get it wet and form them around that 3/4 inch formed balsa leading edge. The next day I come in and there's enough give in it that I can just slide it on there nice and tight and glue it on there. And now I've got a good straight edge here that I can now take a regular sheet of balsa, straight balsa, trim it and make sure I get a straight edge, and then bring it up there, glue it with white glue or whatever, something that'll sand nice and easy, and bring it back, cut it off here. I like to leave about 1/8 inch of that spar showing there so that the cap strips can rest on the spar to help keep them straight. So anyway, but now you've got a formed leading edge and it's really nice. It's really smooth around the leading edge. This is to set your spacing up out here. So you got it spacing set here, spacing set here. So yeah, there's a lot of neat little things that improve. This is Gordon Delaney's idea, this rear wing jig, and it really works well. Okay, any questions before I shut her off? Okay.
Only thing I can't understand is why y'all build everything upside down. Confuses the heck out of me.
What's upside down?
What's upside down?
It says wing is shown and built upside down.
Well, that's true. And the reason being is you want your gear mounts up while you're building it. So you set your gear mounts before you
sheet it.
And sheet it. And, otherwise anyway, it just causes problems.
Well, I mean, I see your point, but it just confuses me.
But I told you it's built upside down.
Well, I know the thing about that, the way it's shown, if we could find an easy way to make mold bucks to make a formed leading edge, that would make that thing so much easier, because you get finished and you just take your leading edge off the mold buck and slide it on there, and there it is.
I could add that onto the drawing.
Yeah.
Basically, it's this area here. It's the smallest rib, and
Yeah,
over here's
and
the
there's the
largest
big one.
rib.
You know what's funny? For those of us that have done lots of building, you can build the darn wing any way you want. You jig it up
Well,
any
that's
way you
true.
like, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Whatever
true.
suits your fancy.
I was gonna build a second set of ribs for a second Mo-Best.
Yeah.
And when I got the kit and started looking at it, I said, this is so simple. I'll just build a second rib slicer wing, and it's got a 1/8 center spar and a 3-piece leading edge and a 3-piece trailing edge and
Yeah.
rib slicer ribs and
Like whatever you like,
yeah.
When you're building a lot of wings like we do, you build so many of them that they're basically all the same. They're just little details that everybody likes to do it a little different way. You can do it any way you want, really.
Yeah,
It's all good.
It's all pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
just
you
I
very
like
much,
put
John, for that.
I put as little wood in that
Thanks,
thing
John.
as I can put.
Yeah, I was going to show you the pattern sheet if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let me.
Guys, while he's doing that, I'm gonna have to head on out. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed.
All right. Hey, thanks for coming in, and thank you for bringing up
Thanks,
the
Eddie.
quick cut. That was
awesome.
That was an eye opener, big time,
Yeah.
Eddie. Thank you so much. And I know a lot of
Alrighty.
people appreciated it.
Yeah.
I shall see y'all next time.
Yeah, see you next
Eddie,
time.
you
Have
take
some
care
more
of
ribs
yourself,
cut
buddy.
for us.
Mike, if you're going to order parts for that 46, I need to get up with you and order enough for 3. I've got sleeve and piston sets for 3 of those myself.
Well, that's happening like in 5 minutes. I'm walking into the computer room.
Well, you want to, can you order 3 more and send me your name and address and everything, and I'll
3 more
send you a
what?
check. Enough parts for 3 46s, save the sleeve, piston, and rod.
Oh God. Ugh.
Well, I've got 3 sets from Brian Gardner.
Yeah, man, you should just get an RC Japan account and do it yourself, because you gotta convert yen to dollars and
I
all
know.
that.
Since you know how to do that, I was going to get you to do it because I don't know how.
I really think it'd be better if you just
Okay.
got an RC Japan. It's RC Japan. Just go
Okay.
in there and do create account, and they'll send you a password. I mean, it's that simple.
Okay.
And I mean, there's a big menu there of OS engines, OS engine parts. You just go to parts and scroll down till you see what you need.
Okay. I'll give that a try tomorrow. John, that looks easy, but all your stuff's like this.
Yeah, well, I don't, everything should be there. There's another pattern sheet. I forget what it is, but it's a small file, so it's probably something. Anyway, that's just, I like to have the pattern sheet because like this one, I think is 24 inches,
Yeah.
which would allow you to put it on that creek cut.
Yeah. Yeah, but guys, tell me this. Who else makes a set of plans that's going to show you how big your wing center sheeting has to be in exactly the shape to put it in? I've never seen anybody else do that.
Well, I try to make it a good set of plans.
Well, you do that.
And you definitely do that, John. You're doing awesome work.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now.
All right.
All right.
Hey, thank
Okay.
you very much.
I think
for
I'm
that.
going to call it a night, guys.
All right,
I think
Mike,
I
Ron,
am too.
Friday.
thank you for coming in. I
over here.
appreciate it.
I got a terrorist over here bouncing
You
on
got
my
to walk
leg.
your
so I
dog,
guess
Phil. I
yeah, he
understand
wants
that.
to go out, and I got to leave out of here in the morning at 7 o'clock. Go see the doctor. So
Okay.
anyway, oh, by the way, if any of y'all, I know in West Coast don't have the problem with it, we have on the East Coast. But if any of y'all ever have a problem with a kidney stone, ever get a kidney stone, of all the things to try, Tom Looper called me and told me to take 12 lemons and juice them and drink the lemon juice. No sugar, no water, just the lemon juice. Don't laugh. I was ready to go have surgery if I had to, and it melted the thing.
Wow. Thank you very much. It's a great
One
tip.
try. That's my second one, and I don't ever want another one. I don't ever want
Very
another
much.
one. That hurt.
Wow.
You guys be careful. Have a good,
I will
good
do.
night.
Thanks, Phil, for coming in.
Thanks,
Yes, sir.
Night, Phil.
Take care.
And let me catch up on the chat box. And this show has gone pretty quick. I actually can't believe we have like another 4 minutes before I end the live stream. It's gone so quick. Can't believe it. Let me see here. I don't know if I made it clear, but Paul Taylor was talking about putting a hood on the tack so you can read better. And I asked him, well, which tack? And he said, I think he said all tacks. And then he said, there's a good old, look at that, Red Bear. And oh man, got a little bit crispy on the side. Sorry about that.
I forgot it was in there.
Yeah. Well, if you don't eat it, your dog will.
I think he would.
Yeah. Anyways,
Oh,
he said all tacks. And then he said there's a really good thread on tax, I guess on the forum. He says good info. And then he goes on to say, no, I have Wendy's old tack. I guess he actually has Wendy's tack. I don't know what tack Wendy had, but I think Paul Taylor actually has the OG, the original tack. So then he
The
goes on to
original was
say,
the Hobbyco Digital that a lot of people use, was the original Hobbyco Digital tack back in the 80s.
oh,
That's what I use.
what it is. Then he goes on to say, we need to have a YouTube video on the wing build. Yeah, those are always interesting. I've watched many of Wendy's wing build. I saw the Wingathon and all the videos that he did. I saw several Cardinal wings being built, and I also seen Sparky's wing build video. So yeah, that's always a interesting video to watch. But anyways, you guys, we've had a really good show. I really appreciate everyone's attendance on and off the show inside this Zoom meeting. We've had a really good show. And I really appreciate Rick Wallace giving us a super chat of a total of $40. And please, if you're watching this as a replay, tune in during the live stream so you can donate because we need it. And we really appreciate it. And we're not asking for a lot. I mean, if everybody pitches a little bit, that would help Sparky with some of these expenses. So thank you very much for watching, and we're going to go into what we call the after party. We just continue on, but it's not streamed. So just because we're going to stop streaming, that doesn't mean we're going to stop. And sometimes the after party, is actually better than the live stream sometimes. Not all the time.
Hard to believe.
It's better. What'd you say, John?
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hard to believe. They don't know because they actually are missing it. But really, it has been. But anyway,
Well, that's
we're going to say
good.
good night as far as the live stream, and we will be back Friday. So depending upon where you're at, if you're in your shop building or out in the field flying, come back Friday and share with us what's been going on with you guys. Until then, bye-bye.